Well, recently I interviewed Hernandez Govan, who was found not guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in the Young Dolph case.
I don't know the brother. People ask me, I seen somebody going at him, and they said something real dumb, like, oh, that's what they said. He proffered. Brother, he went to trial. Like, yo, some of y'all in this world, think before you say, the man went to trial. You proffer to plea out, no trial. He went to trial. He stood trial in front of the world. They found the man not guilty. He went through this for 4 years. I believe he lost a daughter in this time. So while he's under the gun for this murder for hire conspiracy, he loses a daughter. He stands trial. He beats it. The jury said no go. Why? Because nothing these people were saying tied him into it.
Yeah.
Nothing. I got $800, I got 12. A dude with a mask pulled up. Was it him? No. You got a text message, you got any type of receipt to where, yeah, I got you. What?
Right.
It's nothing
there was no
there.
text messages that tied him to the murder. There was phone calls between him, the two shooters, and Big Jook.
What that mean?
It means that he knows all
You
that.
need to go, you know what? You talk to Big U. You might as well go and turn yourself in. Talk to Big U, right?
I talk to Big U sometimes.
Oh, okay, well, like, what does that mean?
Yeah, it means nothing.
Yeah, if his phone
it means
call,
I talk to Big U. Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know the brother, but what I do know is I can imagine his level of stress. I can imagine what he went through losing his daughter. My condolences, brother. But I'm like, people like, Wack, you got to say something bad. I don't say something bad about him, but what? The brother didn't do nothing. He stood trial. Like, he beat the case. Like, leave him alone.
Here's what I felt that was the craziest part of the interview. So, leading up to the trial, you know, they're throwing out plea deals. Now, he had a great lawyer, Manny Aurora, who was Gucci Mane's lawyer. He was also Lil Durk's lawyer during the shooting in Atlanta and so forth. So he's got a real lawyer that took it on basically pro bono because it was $1 million defense, right? So as they get closer and closer to the trial date, a week before the trial, they finally agree to give him 10 years. He has an autistic son, and him and his son had long conversations, and his son convinces him to take the plea deal. He's like, Dad, take the plea deal. At least you'll come home and, you know, spend time with me. Otherwise, you're getting life in prison. If you think about it, 10 years, state case could turn to 5. You put in some time served, good behavior. You could get out maybe 6 years, let's say, right? 5, 6 years, 3 more years with the 2.
Or if he goes for it, he can die in there and never make it back
life
to his son.
Right?
No. If he goes for the 10 and you saying I did this, you got a whole team in it that's saying you admitted to doing that to that person, right? And you might die in there.
That part too.
You get what I'm saying?
But you're juggling very serious choices here. People will like to say, well, if you don't do it, why would you accept a plea deal? When you're facing life, you will consider a 10-year plea deal, right? Anyone would.
Yeah.
If they did it or not did it, doesn't matter. The whole state of Tennessee is throwing everything they got at you. People like to say, oh, they purposely let him go during the trial. No, they didn't. They're trying to convict him.
Trying to convict him.
No one goes easy to trial.
That DA office, they wasn't trying to lose that.
So here's the crazy part about the interview. He gets offered a 10-year plea deal. He signs the plea deal. It goes back to the DA. The DA decides to talk to Dolph's family about it. Dolph's family said, it's not enough time. We don't want you to accept this. So since the DA didn't countersign, they took the plea deal off the table. After he signed, it goes to court and he wins.
I know I'm gonna catch some flack for saying this. I believe in the spirit world. There's been some things in my life since I lost my oldest brother that have happened. I'm like, why did that happen? And it put me in a bad spot, then it led to something. Dolph know who did and didn't have something to do with that. I believe that was Dolph helping that man out. Dolph being the dude he is, good-spirited guy, pure-hearted guy. He was a good dude. He did what he had to do to survive coming from where he came from. But he was a good dude. I believe that going back to the DA just going to the family, because the DA didn't have to do that.
No.
And the family saying no, even though it looks a certain way, I believe that was Dolph energy working, saying that man don't even deserve to be in jail. He ain't got nothing to do with it. Because once we listened to this trial, nothing was there close. This wasn't like no OJ shit that maybe, some blood, some hair.
No, there was no blood evidence.
Nothing was there to close.
There was calls that you don't know what was spoken about in the calls. There was text that had nothing to do tying him into it. The only witness was one of the shooters. The one who testified against the other shooter, who hasn't gone to court yet, who's obviously trying to get out of a life sentence by saying, okay, this guy put me up to it. But that's no one else corroborates the story.
Nobody.
And at the end of the day, you could say whatever you want. We both know how trials work.
Yeah.
That jury deliberated for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
They said 3 hours because there was like a time that they were given instructions. They had to come back. They had to process stuff, whatever. Hernandez's lawyer, Manny, said it was about an hour and a half deliberation. When a jury comes back that quickly on a murder case with life in prison, everyone was pretty much knowing that it was going to be a not guilty. There was very little debate, discussion. Everyone was like, they got nothing on this guy.
It's a fact.
And that's what happened. And people want to get mad. I saw that Key Glock had posted, Dolph doesn't get justice. They let him go,
but
whatever.
See, here goes the thing with Key Glock. Like, Key, bro, rap. That ain't for you.
Yeah.
Just rap, bro, because if that was for you, when Dolph dropped, then that would have been for you.
Right.
You chose to stay in a rapper's lane, and I'm glad you chose that route, because, it's a lot of senseless killing going on and unnecessary killing going on. I mean, let's listen to what these people talking about. This man said he got $800 to take this man's life.
Yeah.
Wherever he got it from, right? $800? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, bro, like, y'all put it in the hands of the law. Dude was home, was he not? The dude on trial, he was home, right? Didn't they let him out on bail, right?
Yeah.
He was out. So Key Glock, like, if you felt that strongly about it, you should have handled your business.
Here's the interesting thing about this case also, right? Because he was charged with being a middleman for Young Dolph's murder through Big Jook, right? That's what he's being charged with, saying that Big Jook put up like $100,000 and he went and got the killers and he was going to take $20,000 for himself and give them $80,000, right?
Govan, that's his name, right?
Yeah, Hernandez Govan.
So Govan never gave any statements insinuating Big Jook ever gave him any money, right?
But here's the interesting part, right? This story comes out. One of the shooters says, Govan is the middleman for Big Jook. Big Jook never got arrested while he was alive.
That's a
fact.
fact.
You mean to tell me you arrest the middleman and not the person putting together the hit?
Did Govan get arrested before or after Big Jook was murdered?
Before.
Oh, yeah.
Before. And I asked him during the interview, I said, if you got arrested, why wasn't Jook arrested at the same time? Because it's the same case. In fact, you'd have more of a reason to arrest Big Jook because he's putting up the money. Because
Govan didn't receive no money from Jook. And if he did receive it, he never mentioned the man's name. So either way you look at it, you go about it, it kind of stopped it there because they needed to convict him to be able to double back and say, hey, look, we got you on the life. We willing to give you 20, man, if you let us know the money came from over here. They can't come at this man. They have no leverage. Not to say this man would have played their game. Again, I ain't got nothing against this brother. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting tired of people telling people why I got an issue with you. I'm bold enough and crazy enough. If I got an issue with you, I'm going to tell you. I don't even want nobody to tell you. I want you to hear it the way I'm going to tell it to you. You know what I mean? So none of it makes sense. I mean, things happen for a reason. Rest in peace, Dolph. You know what I mean? He was a good dude. I know him personally. But I think, you know, this hatchet needed to be buried.
Yeah, look, what, Hernandez thinks, and this is just his opinion, was the reason why they went after him and not Big Jook was because if they went after Jook, they would assume that Gotti would put up all the lawyer money and he would have a serious defense.
Yeah.
Whereas Hernandez was just a broke guy in Memphis at the time, and they assumed they could railroad him and he would have no way to protect himself, not knowing that a top-notch lawyer was going to come in and actually put together a real defense, $1 million defense. He said, we shut down our office for like 3 months working on this case. This is Gucci Mane's lawyer, the one who got him off the murder case.
Yeah.
So I really think it was kind of dirty pool in terms of what the state was doing by just trying to implicate everyone they could into this murder to make the family happy, to get themselves more brownie points, to clout chase or whatever. But ultimately, I've spoken to Hernandez on camera, off the camera. He didn't tell me any question I couldn't ask. I fired everything I had at him, and he answered everything the way he was supposed to answer.
Yeah, I don't, bro, they acquitted him, man. Like, at the end of the day.
Not guilty.
Yeah, the street sometimes is, you worse than the DA. At least the DA, when they put a case on you, they tell you why. They put cases on people out here, they don't tell them why. And then when you beat the case, the DA say, well, we won't charge you no more, we done with it. Then the street still want to convict you.
Right.
My message to the brothers, man, get in your lane, find you something to do. Don't trust none of these dudes. Tend to your family, man, and, keep your head up.
I told him to get out of Memphis.
No, he definitely needs to leave.
That's what I said. I kept mentioning it over and over again. I said, you need to get out of Memphis. Because all I planned it, I was like, well, you need to speed up those plans.
Yeah, you need to get out of Memphis.
Yeah. You know what he said? Which I've heard over and over again by people who've gotten killed, like Mo3, like FBG Duck. He said, I know how to move.
Nah.
They've said the exact same words. Yeah, I know how to move. I'm good.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you may know how to move, but you don't know how other people are moving.
Everybody know how to move.
Everyone know how to move. Exactly.
I had not met a chess player who hasn't lost a game of chess.
Exactly.
At least once.